Yo, what's going on, guys? Snoozeman back here. And today we're actually going to talk about how to store players on the IR here in Madden 21 franchise mode. Now, I did cover an IR video back then talking about how to place them on the IR and how to take players off of the IR. Now, strictly, this is going to be a video on how to store players on the IR. Now it's not showing the 53-man roster right here in the adjust lineup. It's showing 67 out of 75 players, but once you go into the week 1 of the regular season, it's going to show what you are in terms of out of 53 players, but it's going to be 53 out of 53. But I'm going to go in and show you guys a neat little thing that not many people would know or would know at this point, really. Um, so we look in at some of these free agents. I'm going to show you guys some of these players that are injured. So we have Gerald McCoy that comes to mind, and then Rashad Jones. So I'm going to sign both of these guys, and it's really not going to cost you much because you have to look at the signing bonus, and it's only 4.25 mil, guys, so it's really not a lot. And as you guys can see down there, a groin tear is out for 9 weeks. So we're just going to go ahead and sign him, and then I'll show you guys what to exactly do with these type of players. And then we're going to go ahead and sign Rashad Jones. So broken tailbone is out for 21 weeks, so we're not going to get him back for this year, but that's completely okay. But we're going to go ahead and sign him for only 2.45 mil. And again, guys, it's not a risk because, again, you can see the signing bonus is at absolutely nothing, which is cool about signing these guys, and that didn't really hurt my cap by a lot. So we'll back out of here, and then we're going to go ahead and go into roster, and we're going to go ahead and immediately put these guys on the IR. So I know we just got Gerald McCoy, so let's go ahead and go to Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy is right here, and all we have to do is place player on IR. That's how you do it. And then he'll go straight to the IR, and he's on the IR right now. We're going to go ahead and put Rashad Jones on there. There he is. And then he'll be on the IR as well. So we have both of our players right there. So essentially we are going to stash those players, and then I'll break that down more specifically once we get into week 1 of the regular season. I'm going to show you guys why this is very neat and why this can help your guys' rosters for many weeks leading into the season. So
start the regular season by selecting your
So
season
here we are
goal.
in week 1, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys something. And here, I'm going to back out of this. Okay, so 53 out of 53 players, guys. So we couldn't essentially sign any more free agents on top of our roster because we have too many. Now, we could cut some, but, we could go out of our way and cut some players like that, but we don't necessarily need to do that right now. We can just stash players for later and negotiate future contracts to play with us in the future. And that's exactly what we did for signing them to very to little no money and no signing bonus. So these guys are going to come at little cost, and guys that are going to help us and be impactful players right away by the 2 players I signed. And again, we have 53 out of 53 players, and if you're somebody that, again, doesn't want to go out of your way and cut players and you want to stash your players for right now, this is a neat way of doing this. And again, guys, I will show you this real quick. All you have to do is go to injury report on my team, and you can see Gerald McCoy and Rashad Jones. Now, Rashad Jones has a length of 17 weeks from return, and Gerald McCoy has 5 weeks. Now, they do take 8 weeks, so when you're on the IR, no matter your injury, it takes 8 weeks from them to get off. So I can literally clear a roster spot for Gerald McCoy, guys. And since we got him, which is huge, and that's another point, we can literally stash these players and get them right away, and not have to make room for. We don't have to make room for these guys right away. We can just stash them and not have to get rid of guys right away because of this neat trick. So But you can't wait past preseason week 1. You have to get these guys preseason week 1, or just like really good guys before you go into regular season week 1, a good crop of free agents there. So you can't really wait very long to get decent players for free agency before your regular season. But this is a good, neat way of stashing your players, so you don't miss out on them and you don't have to go out of your way to create room for them. So as you guys can see, Gerald McCoy and Rashad Jones are both on the IR. So we can get Gerald McCoy as early as really week 8 when he comes back. Well, week 9, I believe, because it takes a total of 8 weeks. It will come back week 9 because it takes 8 weeks at least on the IR, no matter the injury. But we do have both of those guys in the IR, and I'll show you guys my point. I'm just going to go to mid-season, but I'm only going to sim like a couple of weeks here. Just so I can start to negotiating contracts with these guys. And I'll just stop right here. And then I'll show you guys that we actually, they are actually players that we can already negotiate future contracts for the future.
These players are on the last year of their contract.
So we'll go all the way over here. And they should be up here. And as they are, Gerald McCoy and Rashad Jones. Now, both of these players don't want to negotiate till week 17. So we would have to wait till literally the very last week of this particular regular season to give these guys a contract with whatever. Now, I'm assuming they won't ask for insane deals. And again, you can always look for scheme fits, which both of these guys are scheme fits as well, as you can see up in their picture up there. But this is very nice for stashing his players. And once you want to bring these guys back, which again, I don't think Gerald McCoy is coming back till about week 9, and we still have 53 out of 53 players. But again, if you didn't know how to cut players, all we have to do is come into my team roster, and I've shown you guys this plenty of times to make extra money in terms of cap room. But we can just come through in here, and we can just go on a player, and we can just simply go to release, and it'll free up money, and it's going to release a roster spot. So I've already released a roster spot for Gerald McCoy, but I didn't really need to do that until the week he was ready to come back off the IR. And you can always keep track of when they will come off the IR and their length right here. So it looks like Gerald McCoy has fully come off of the IR, but again, if I tap on him, there's no way of me taking him off of here. So we have to wait the full 8 weeks again that he's on the IR, and then by week 9 we should be able to get him back, and we already cleared up a roster spot. So again, we don't have to go out of our way to clear up a roster spot for these guys in the preseason. We can just stash them for later and clear up a roster spot for later and not have to go out of our way, and it makes things a lot easier for us guys. So hopefully this video did reach out and help you a lot of you guys out in terms of IR and stashing, and if it did, make sure you guys leave a like and hit that sub button down below. Now we still are trying to hit 500 subs in the nearby future, but again, thank you guys for all the support you guys have given me to this point. But again guys, that will be it for today's video, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.